What is going on, people? It's Matt from Liquid Loans, and in this one we're going to find out what the hell the Howey Test is and how it works. So with no further ado, let's go. So what does a citrus farmer in Florida in the 1940s have to do with crypto today? Well, the answer is the Howey Test. The year is 1946 and an enterprising citrus grower from Florida named William John Howey is in front of the US Supreme Court accused of selling unregistered securities. But how did he find himself here? By essentially offering leaseback agreements, a type of investment contract, without the approval of the Securities and Exchange Commission. The case paved the way for a clear definition of what constitutes an investment contract, which is now commonly referred to as the Howey Test. Under the Howey Test, an investment contract exists if there is an investment of money in a common enterprise with a reasonable expectation of profits to be derived from the efforts of others. It's easy to see how this applies to investing in stocks, less so in oranges or crypto, but let's take a closer look at what Mr. Howey did and how it affects crypto today. It may seem like investing in crypto is nothing like investing in a citrus farm, but in the case of William Howey's company, there is definitely some common ground. Here's what he did. William Howey owned large citrus orchards in Florida, and he saw an opportunity to secure capital by selling half of his land to outside investors who would then immediately sell the land back to him, or more precisely, his company Howey in the Hills, via a service contract. By accepting funds from people who had no particular interest in farming citrus fruit but had an expectation of profit, Howey was essentially selling leaseback agreements, which are a type of investment contract. Now let's compare this to the infamous case of the DAO in 2017. In May 2016, members of the Ethereum community agreed to create an ambitious launchpad smart contract named the DAO, which would allow anyone with an idea for a crypto project to pitch it to the community. The community would then vote on which projects they deemed worthy of receiving investment capital, and voting rights were reserved to the holders of the DAO token. If the project was successful, holders of the DAO token would enjoy a share of the profit. So how did these people get their hands on those DAO tokens? By sending ETH to a unique wallet address with the expectation of 100 tokens for every ETH sent. Call it seed funding or an ICO, either way 12.7 million ETH worth over $150 million at the time was sent to the address, making it the largest crowdfunding event ever at the time. Now everything seemed to be going well, but the wheels were about to fall off because on June the 17th, a hacker found a loophole in the DAO's code and exploited it. The first few hours of the attack saw 3.6 million ETH stolen, the equivalent of $70 million at the time. It's important to note here that the Ethereum network was not to blame, it was the DAO's code that was hacked, not Ethereum's. However, the hack created a big problem for Ethereum, as the only way for investors to get their money back in the form of the DAO tokens was for Ethereum to be hard forked. Now, many members of the Ethereum community were against the idea, but the hard fork went ahead anyway, with the old network becoming known as Ethereum Classic. Next, on September the 5th, 2016, the cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex delisted DAO tokens, and Kraken did the same in December, driving the token's value towards zero. What had initially looked so promising was now a disaster, but it did not stop there. On July 25th, 2017, the SEC released a report stating that tokens offered and sold by a virtual organization known as the DAO were securities and therefore subject to the federal securities law. Since the SEC never registered the DAO's ICO, the team behind the DAO and all of its investors had violated these laws. Now let's compare the story of the DAO with the story of William Howey. Was there an investment of money in both cases? Yes, there was. If you're thinking no because investors of the DAO sent ETH, not money, the DAO's lawyers tried that line of reasoning, and unfortunately it did not cut the mustard in court. Was there common enterprise in both cases? Yup. Was there expectation of profit primarily from the efforts of others in both cases too? Yes, there was. So did the DAO's investment round pass the Howey Test? Yes, it did, and it was deemed a security. So there you have it. Who would have thought the actions of a citrus farmer from the 1940s are still relevant almost 80 years later, affecting investment in blockchain tech he could hardly ever have dreamed of. So to sum it up, the Howey Test dates back to 1946 when a farmer faced the US Supreme Court accused of selling unregistered securities. Under the Howey Test, an investment contract exists if there is an investment of money in a common enterprise with a reasonable expectation of profits to be derived from the efforts of others. The Ethereum DAO passed the Howey Test and was therefore classed as a security and landed itself in hot water with the SEC. So I hope you enjoyed that one on the Howey Test. If you do like content like this, do hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you're notified every time we drop new content. You can also tap the like button, share the video with someone who you think it may benefit, and if you're feeling very kind, maybe drop a cheeky little comment below for the algo. It does help us out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.